Hey guys, popping in here on Super Bowl Sunday, a little earlier than usual because I want to get a jump start on the card pulls for our week ahead, but I thought I would just do a little face forward to say hello and just try to slow down for a sec because it has just been a whirlwind of activity and things moving, shifting, and changing over here on this end, and I wonder how it is. I know many of you that I have been in contact with, that is an accurate statement. I think that, you know, there's so much new coming in, and this is such a powerful time. This idea of, you know, really, this is a theme that came up last week that continues today with a little self-care Sunday message I posted earlier on my social media spaces about getting grounded, you know, just taking a moment to be present because time is moving very differently than it was before 2024. If you have noticed, those of us I know that are sensitive or really tuned into these things are noticing how it really seems like there's just not enough hours in the day, that, you know, we can't continue to do all the things we used to do the way that we did them. Something's got to give. There's areas that we're being asked to make changes, to clear, to create space. And so these things that are coming forward as these markers that we've been talking about, and you know, we talked about in bulk and this bringing in the light and this seeding into the new, and now we have new moon in Aquarius, we have the new year. These two things are very interconnected for me. We're coming through this very powerful weekend here from Friday, Saturday, and now today. Even more aspects coming forward, which I'll share for you when we do the astrological energetic weather check-in for this week. We have a number of things happening. Of course, this week we're leading up to, we have Valentine's Day this week, which again, Hallmark holiday as it may be. For me personally, it's not something that, other than my kids thinking that it might be like a second Christmas for them to receive something. I don't know who created that idea for them. A couple of little goodies, maybe some chocolates and such. Every day is a day, of course, for us to tap into the vibration of love in its many forms. And I'll talk more about that as the week goes on. But I do like that when there are certain times that are set aside for us to dedicate focus to things. Now, all the while, those things can evoke different emotions for each of us, for sure. But it's like, you know, because of the pace of many of our lives and the way that things are constantly moving and shifting and changing, and how hard it is that sometimes to be present, to come into our bodies, to really be in the moment, in gratitude, the fact that there is a day set aside for, you know, again, all about perspective, celebrating love in its many forms. So I think self-love is going to be a big focus here. I usually do a pick a card. I'll probably do that later this week for, you know, depending on whether you're looking for a message around romantic love, self-love, universal love. You know, we'll be pulling in some fun decks and aspects for that too. But nonetheless, if you just catching up on all the things that have happened, yesterday I did do a pick a card for the Chinese New Year, so that is now playing on the Sharecast. I also decided to put it on my YouTube, recognizing that there are some people who just cannot or have not made the leap to Marco Polo. I wanted to share those messages. So if you did catch those, I hope that whatever you chose, you found to resonate. If not, it is there for you to receive in your time. But those were all just resources and things I wanted to share with you as tools for even more layers of tapping into how remarkable it is that all of these different aspects, whether we are talking about astrology, the tarot, Chinese astrology, you know, bringing in the crystal elements or different aspects, you know, color, all of these different things, all pointing to the energies of connecting in with the elements, getting grounded, you know, ushering in the new, seed planting. This was so potent in the new moon reading we just did for Aquarius last week, for those of you that joined, that really was bringing through some really potent messages. So it's all just being underscored and reiterated wherever we look. So all that being said, we're going to get ready to flip the camera and take a look at what's happening on the altar for this week. I'm going to pull an extra oracle card or so, and we'll see what's coming up. So let's go ahead. I'm going to flip the camera and put the spotlight on the altar. So let's take a look. Okay, there we go. We are getting in here now for our week ahead card pull. So as you see, oh, nope, week ahead. Knee just yanked out the cord. Let me fix that real quick and we'll turn the lights back on. How significant that can be as a little spiritual breadcrumb. There we go. Okay, illumination. So yeah, with this coming into the light and the new, we know that in the new moon, there is an absence of light, and yet there is so much that is being seeded at this time. And of course, even coming right here from the wood dragon with this message of you have the strength, it's something that's been hidden. It's something that has been in the dark, right? It is something that may have been in shadow that is now making itself known, that is now coming forward. So as we move into this week, we may very well be seeing some of those themes highlighted as we go through our usual 5-card spread. So if you are familiar, each week we tap into our collective energies using a featured tarot deck, and then we bring in a supportive oracle card or message as we go as well, depending on where we are. And right now we are really in these new year energies from the Lunar New Year, just being rung in yesterday and continuing to usher in the new, this year of strength, courage, inner power, and really coming from within. And the other aspect for me has been really connecting in these different aspects of self, and this is our spirit. This is our higher self. And we talked about this actually, my soul sis and I, when we did stars and cards last week with Moonlight Soul, she beautifully pointed out how the wood dragon appeared to be as if it was like your own spirit or soul emerging from the central part of this tree, which again is bringing us into our roots, getting grounded, the ground that we are growing from, and really having this opportunity to focus on clearing out what can no longer stand, reinforcing those foundations, and then seeding the new that will be coming forward as we move on into Pluto in Aquarius and this Aquarian age, which has been just such a potent energy in our messages these many weeks. And of course, strap in, 20 years will continue. So that being said, for anyone who's not familiar, these are messages that I'm recording over on my free Empowerment Sharecast on the Marco Polo app. Again, it's a free space that's just a little tucked away out of the noise of social media, where I can connect with you more authentically. Over there, I offer you, in addition to these collective messages, a personal card pull for you for your week ahead. So if you have not checked it out yet, I encourage you to check out that space. Always a little something going on over there. Even my behind the scenes yanking the cord out of the wall and coming as we are. So here we go. Let's tap in. You know what? Just since we just came through the new year, let's go ahead and pull this. I'm going to spray the Violet Dragon energy. This is the spray for Master Clearance Dragon Defense Spray. So we're clearing. And again, February, my channeled words are, in fact, the clearing. And the way that that represents this idea of clearing out and creating space to allow for the new to come in. And that's showing up for all of us in so many different ways, in our relationships, in old paths that are no longer supporting us or no longer feeling nourishing to us. That was another key. The Queen of the Moon Oracle message that came forward in the Empowerment Pack for the new moon was the Nourishment card, really about the type of choices that we are making. So let's go ahead and see, yet again, I just love this beautiful deck. This is the Chinese 5 Elements by Vicky Eskandar. And so we are going to see what card wants to come forward. We've been getting to see a number of these through the card pulls I've been offering, the pick a card I did yesterday, and more. So we're going to tap in yet again to see which element and which Chinese zodiac will be represented here for this coming week ahead. See what's coming up. Okay. This just came up in someone's personal card pull for the new moon. I was tapping into this energy and yeah, okay, it's so perfect that I yanked the cord out of the wall. Oh my gosh, stop it. So they're still just sitting right here because of course, as I was doing that personal card pull for someone, this energy of midnight indigo, light in the dark, came forward, right? Light in the dark, illumination and bringing in the light. And on the other side of that is always the new dawn, sunrise, new dawn. These again are the beautiful Archangel Metatron energy sprays by Angelic Celestial Colors that I use as a part of my Metatron color healing practice. There was a brand new wood dragon spray just released yesterday. I'm very much looking forward to receiving that and sharing that with you as well. The New Year celebration will continue at least throughout this month, like bringing in that energy. So more to come there. But look at this color energy that's coming in for us here with Water Pig, which is about being in flow. So I'm going to share that message in detail when we get to our breakdown. We'll go through each of the cards for this week, including the oracle message. But now let's go ahead and pull in our 5 tarot cards for the week ahead. So we have our collective spread where each day represents a different intention, but of course, time is not linear. So these cards are interacting and coming forward throughout the week in any number of ways, in no particular order. And further, you know, as a collective reading, we're tapping into collective and universal energies. So you're free to take what resonates, leave the rest. There's always someone else there to pick it up. And I always love to hear how these messages are coming forward uniquely for you each week. And once again, if you would like a personal card pull to build off of the messages that are going to come forward, please feel free on Marco Polo. Communicate with me in any way that works for you. That's where I do the free card pulls. Okay, so Monday is setting the tone for the week, giving us a little kickoff. So let's see what's coming up for Monday. Ooh, King of Swords coming right in here. Okay, so we've definitely got the Aquarius man himself coming in here. So very interesting. I'm going to put these guys together over here just so we have room for everybody. This is the Aquarian card right there with that King of Swords. So very interesting. We'll see where that takes us. Tuesday represents a potential blocker challenge. Oh my goodness, I didn't say. This is the beautiful Mystic Soul Tarot deck by Christina Mitchell of Moon and Cactus. We are so enjoying this tarot deck this month. So, Tuesday, potential blocker challenge. Ooh, new beginnings though. Ace of Cups. So, flow. How perfect. Because Water Pig says being in the flow. When that is congested, when it is blocked, when it is backed up, when it is in some way challenged, this could be where we see that Ace of Cups. This is so in alignment too with messages I brought through for the new moon. Perfect. Okay, Wednesday is our midweek blessing. A midweek blessing with Wednesday. Ooh, more flow, more Aquarius. We can't make this up, guys. So, you know, in the tarot, there are all the zodiac signs are represented, the planets, the elements, and more, which is why I'm just like such a tarot nerd about all the signs and the symbols and ways that you can tap into their messages. We've got 2 Aquarius cards right here, King of Swords and the Star. The Star actually came up last week in this position. So very interesting. It has now moved into the position of the blessing. So we will definitely dive in there. Thursday is how we are growing. How we are growing. So let's see what's coming in there. How we are growing. We've got 5 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. So similar to the spread that I did for the empowerment pack for the new moon, that 5 energy was in there as a bit of entering into this unsettling time of change, of chaos, of confusion and such. And so I am feeling that coming in about how we're growing through that energy. So that's really beautiful. Okay. We're going to bring in our final card for Friday to wrap things up. And then I'm going to attempt to start to share the messages here on Sunday. I shared earlier on a post on my social media spaces that we do have a company coming for the Super Bowl, and it is a jam-packed day. So I'm all out of my sorts and, want to be sure to tune in from a good place. So I'm going to see what I can get to today. Otherwise, stay tuned on Monday. And the best and quickest way to get those messages is to be watching on the Empowerment Sharecast, because it's real time without a lot of the hoops it takes for me to get it posted and shared elsewhere. Okay, Friday is bringing in a wrap up for the week. Final card, feeling this one. Yes, Knight of Pentacles. Love that. Wow, beautiful. Haven't seen this one yet. Planting the seed, but Pentacles, slowest moving suit of the tarot. So as fast as time is moving, it can feel very slow and heavy, and at times a lot like that. So we're going to feel into each of these cards. First, I'm going to touch on our energetic weather for the week and then move on throughout going through each of these cards. Again, a la carte over on the Marco Polo Sharecast. You can tap in at any time and just watch the days as you'd like. If you see this all together on my YouTube channel, I've been putting it on a playlist that you can take in. Just keep your eyes peeled for the subsequent days as I'm able to post them. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. Sending you lots of love. Let's take a look at what's coming up for this week.